they weren't just another celebrity couple. Together, they became a worldwide phenomenon. Jelena wasn't only about two young stars dating, it was a cultural wave that millions of fans followed like a real-life drama. Their breakups left people in tears. Their reunions gave fans hope, and their story was treated like a fairy tale unfolding in public. Online, they were called the ultimate definition of couple goals. But beneath the glitter and headlines, was their relationship really that magical? Or was it more of a cycle of toxic love played out in front of the entire world? Maybe it wasn't so much about romance as it was about confusion, pain, and the struggles of growing up under constant attention. This isn't about hating on either of them or spreading rumors. It's about looking at what the relationship really represented and understanding why it's dangerous to romanticize something that was often unhealthy. It's not about blaming sides, but about recognizing patterns and asking what lessons we can take away. It all started back in 2009. Justin Bieber, just 15 years old, was a Canadian teenager whose life changed when he was discovered on YouTube by Scooter Braun and signed by Usher. Suddenly, he was a global star. Selena Gomez, who was 17 at the time, was already a household name, thanks to her leading role on Disney Channel's Wizards of Waverly Place. Their paths crossed through their managers, and soon they began spending more time together. By late 2010, rumors were everywhere after they were spotted having pancakes at IHOP. Selena downplayed it, joking that Justin felt more like a little brother. But everything changed in 2011 when they attended the Vanity Fair Oscars party together, hand in hand. Overnight, they became the internet's obsession. Paparazzi shadowed them everywhere, Tumblr exploded with fan edits, and teen magazines declared them the dream couple of the generation. Even in those early days, though, the relationship wasn't as perfect as it looked. They were only 16 and 18, both still figuring themselves out while carrying the weight of fame. A relationship under that kind of spotlight doesn't develop peacefully. It develops under pressure. While fans praised them as the ultimate love story, behind the scenes, things were far more complicated. There was jealousy, possessiveness, and constant outside interference. They weren't given the space to simply grow as two young people in love. They were forced to become an ideal, an image for the world to consume. Over the years, their timeline became a roller coaster. Between 2011 and 2018, they broke up and reunited at least 5 times. In 2012, they split. In 2013, they were seen together again in Norway, with Selena supporting Justin on tour, only for things to unravel shortly after. By 2014, they teased fans with playful Instagram posts. In 2015, Justin posted a throwback photo of them, sparking endless speculation about a reunion. But by 2016, the drama intensified. Justin started dating Sofia Richie, and when he posted photos of them, fans flooded the comments with hate. Selena jumped in, writing, "If you can't handle the hate, then stop posting pictures of your girlfriend." The public drama showed just how messy things had become. Then, in 2017, fans were shocked when Justin and Selena were spotted together again. Going to church, grabbing coffee, smiling for paparazzi. For a moment, it looked like they might actually make it work. But by March 2018, it ended for good. Behind all of this chaos, both of them were fighting personal battles. Justin was spiraling, struggling with paparazzi confrontations, facing rumors of drug use, checking into rehab, and dealing with emotional breakdowns. In his Seasons documentary, he admitted, "I was reckless. I hurt people, including someone I really loved." Selena was dealing with her own challenges. She had been diagnosed with lupus, underwent chemotherapy, and even had a kidney transplant. On top of her health issues, she spoke openly about her struggles with anxiety and depression. In a 2020 interview, she confessed, "I went through a really tough breakup. And then I was left with the question, who am I without this person?" Neither of them were villains. They were two young people carrying heavy pain. And when pain collides, it usually creates more pain. Reports suggested Justin could be controlling, while Selena admitted she often felt invisible in their relationship. She once said, "I felt like I didn't matter, like everything was always about him." That doesn't sound like love. It sounds like losing yourself. Their music became a window into their emotions, a place where they expressed what they couldn't say directly. Justin released songs like "Sorry," "What Do You Mean?" and "Mark My Words," each filled with regret, confusion, and longing. Selena responded with "The Heart Wants What It Wants," which famously opened with a recording of her crying, and later with "Lose You to Love Me," her ultimate goodbye. The lyric, "In 2 months you replaced us like it was easy," struck fans because of how perfectly the timeline matched real life. In March 2018, she and Justin were seen together. By June, Justin was dating Hailey Baldwin. By July, he was engaged. And by September, he was married. All of that within 6 months. Selena didn't need to name names. Fans connected the dots. To many, Hailey's arrival felt like a plot twist in a story they had been following for nearly a decade. But was she really the villain? Or was she simply another part of Justin's journey? Fans accused her of copying Selena, comparing everything from her nail choices to her interviews to her skincare brand. The comparisons were endless. Hailey defended herself, saying, "I was never with him when he was with anyone else. That's not who I am." She admitted that sentiment, saying he had to confront old trauma before he could truly love her in the right way. Their marriage was far from perfect, but it also wasn't Hailey's fault. The real problem was that Justin entered a marriage while still carrying wounds from the relationship that defined his youth. Fans could feel that, and many still do. While the internet argued about Selena versus Hailey, the truth was never that simple. The story wasn't about good versus bad, it was about two young people who loved each other, hurt each other, and grew up in front of the world while everyone else turned their pain into entertainment. Selena didn't just move on, she transformed. With Rare Beauty, she created more than a makeup brand. She built a movement that celebrated authenticity, self-acceptance, and mental health awareness. It wasn't about hiding imperfections, but about embracing them. Her documentary, My Mind and Me, pushed that message further, offering an unfiltered look into her struggles with illness, depression, and identity. Instead of curating a perfect image, she chose honesty. And that honesty resonated deeply. Her rise to becoming the most followed woman on Instagram wasn't fueled by gossip or controversy. It was her authenticity that connected with millions. She stopped waiting for closure from Justin and gave it to herself, proving that strength comes from reclaiming your own story. She shed the label of Justin's ex and emerged as an entrepreneur, producer, advocate, and a woman in control of her narrative. Justin's journey unfolded differently. For years, he was seen as the pop star who had it all: sold-out arenas, chart-topping hits, global fame. Yet behind the spotlight was a young man battling addiction, anxiety, and the suffocating weight of celebrity life. His path to healing was anything but smooth. In his 2021 album Justice, we see glimpses of that inner battle. Songs like Ghost wrestle with grief and loss, while Hold On reflects resilience and hope. He was no longer the reckless teen the world mocked, but a man confronting his mistakes and striving for growth. His openness about therapy, faith, and learning healthier patterns showed that healing is not glamorous. It's painful, uncomfortable, and requires facing the darkest parts of yourself. Still, it's the only way to break free from cycles of damage. Hailey Bieber stepped into the story with her own challenges. Marrying Justin meant carrying the baggage of a love story that wasn't hers. She endured brutal online hate, relentless comparisons to Selena, and the pressure of living in someone else's shadow. She admitted the first year of marriage wasn't romantic bliss, but a period of testing and rebuilding. It required trust, patience, and boundaries. Her experience highlights a truth often overlooked. Love isn't about perfection, but about the effort it takes to build something real. Meanwhile, Selena kept turning her pain into power. Living with lupus, undergoing a kidney transplant, and battling anxiety could have defined her, but she chose to rise above it. Through Rare Beauty, she redefined beauty standards, encouraging people to embrace their real selves. Her documentary was raw and vulnerable, showing strength and imperfection. What makes her story powerful is that she refused to let heartbreak or illness write her ending. Instead, she chose growth, declaring through her actions, "I am more than the person I was when I loved him." And that's the takeaway. True love begins with self-love. It means no longer searching for closure in someone else, but creating it within yourself. So why do we keep romanticizing toxic relationships like Jelena? Because drama sells. Chaos grabs attention. But passion built on pain is not love, it's a trap. What the world called goals was often nothing more than heartbreak on repeat. The next time you see Jelena edits online, remember the truth. Their story wasn't a fairy tale. It was a lesson, a reminder to stop glorifying broken love and start celebrating love that heals, uplifts, and helps us grow. That's the real goal. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and share it with others who want the truth behind celebrity love stories. And tell me in the comments, what lesson do you think Jelena really left us with?